Hello, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Power is here to tell you hi. Say hi, baby. Say hi, baby, to the camera. Oh. How are you doing? And my cat abandoned me just like that. So today's video is for everyone, either for cosplayers or for appreciators. Please watch this video if you want to know how to have a good interaction with all cosplayers. As human beings, we deserve to be respected, and often at conventions our limits are broken. Even though people are probably not doing this on purpose, at least part of them, it still happens often, and I'm here today to give you a little guide on how to interact with cosplayers in a way to have better interactions and, who knows, maybe become their friend. This is for photographers and not only, also for people who like to take pictures with cosplayers, which is very often at cons, and we love that. Please come to me and ask me for a picture. That is the biggest compliment that you could give to my cosplay, so please do that. First, you have to ask for permission to everyone that you're taking a picture, unless it's, for example, like just a show of the convention itself, like not focusing on anyone's face. I think that for me that is okay, but if you're actually focusing on someone, you should ask for their permission. This is a must. This is for obvious reasons, of course, because of course we put ourselves together, we put it on our makeup, we train some poses, and if you just click and shoot, we were not ready, we will not be looking good on that picture, and we will not like that picture for sure. So please, for us and for yourself, just ask us for a good picture. We will like it and you will like it and everyone will be happy. The second one on this topic is try to read the room. If a cosplayer is, for example, eating, this is a no. Do not ask them for a picture at that moment. You can wait for them to finish, or you can come back later. It is okay to actually tell them that you want to take a picture with them when they're finished, or maybe tell them, hey, I love your cosplay, you look super cool. Maybe if I find you later, can I take a picture? Because we as cosplayers don't know how to actually enforce our boundaries sometimes. Even though we will be mad about getting up and having to take a picture, we will probably do it, even though it's not the correct thing to do. So yeah, just maybe tell us that you want to take a picture later, or just come back later and actually ask for the picture when we are okay. Other than this, if a cosplayer is, for example, still getting ready, fixing something on their cosplay, please don't go there. Just let them at least look like they're going to start walking, to go there and ask them for a picture. Because if I am fixing my cosplay, I want it to look good, and if you're coming to me and you ask me for a picture, I'm going to be stressed because I am not okay, but you want a picture and I don't want to keep you waiting, so... And there are many other examples. These were the ones that came into my head, so try to read the room. The third thing when it comes to photography, not just with cosplay, overall, it is to respect the cosplay boundaries when it comes to poses, for example, or the amount of clothes that they are using. Of course, that I am focusing on conventions today, but this works for everything. If the cosplayer doesn't want to make a certain pose that the character actually does, that should be respected. We are people, we have our boundaries, and even though we like a certain character, we are not them. So please do not insist on certain poses and on certain interactions. For example, if a boa cosplayer is giving kisses to every Luffy cosplayer, and if a certain Luffy actually happens to not want to be kissed, that should be respected. Please do not cross cosplayers' boundaries when it comes to actions and to poses and photography. Please, this is very important, and you will be looked upon, because as cosplayers we talk with each other, and you will probably lose a lot of options and future sets with a lot of cosplayers, because yes, we do talk with each other. And this is the end for the first part. If you're a cosplayer and if you have something to add to this part, please do it in the comment section down below, and maybe we can do a second part of this video. Now, going for the interaction part with the cosplayer, we are not the characters. Put this in your head, please. Cosplayers are cosplaying certain characters because they like them for some reason. It doesn't have to be the same reason that you do, and do not force them at all to interact as the character that they are cosplaying, because that might make them super uncomfortable, and not all cosplayers do the play part. So please don't be a douche and just respect the cosplayer, take your picture, make your video if they want to, and just keep on moving because they are a real person with a different personality from the character that they are cosplaying. For the fifth topic, cosplayers are not here to fulfill your fetish. I know that this is a controversial topic. A lot of cosplayers do non-safe for work pictures, sets, and that is totally fine for me. I have nothing against it, but you do need to understand that not every cosplayer does this, and a lot of cosplayers are minors. Once again, don't be a douche and don't go asking for cosplayers to do this or that, because they're not here to fulfill your fetish, they are here to fulfill their wish of cosplaying certain characters. And if you actually start putting this into their heads, they will most likely want to stop cosplaying that character because people are not respecting their boundaries. And six, and this is a difficult one because I don't agree with it fully, but you'll understand why, it is to not glue yourself to other cosplayers in conventions. And what do I mean by this? It is normal that we want to make new friends in conventions. I do that, people do that with me, and that is totally fine. And I think that conventions are the best option to make new friends. At least for me, I'm very bad at responding to messages on social media because I have a bunch of them daily, even though some are just interactions with my stories, some of them are not, and it's really hard to keep up with that, and I am a small cosplayer. So this is why I think that making friends at conventions, it's way easier because you can literally talk to the person face to face and you can actually have a good conversation with both being on the same part. But with this said, there are a lot of people that glue themselves to cosplayers, and not just cosplayers, like group in general at conventions, and they are not, how do I say it, it's not like they're not welcome. It's like people weren't counting on them and people just aren't vibing with them. It is okay, personality is shock, and they are making everyone in the group uncomfortable, they are making the cosplayers uncomfortable just because this one person wanted to befriend this person very much. And it just doesn't happen always. We don't like everyone the same way. Please don't take this at the wrong way. Just try to read the room once again and see if the people that you're talking to are actually enjoying it, or if maybe this was not the day to befriend them and maybe at the next con they will be available and wanted to actually meet you. Like, I can give you a specific example of something that once happened to me.
Like, I like to read a lot. I don't read it as often as I would like to nowadays, but I do. And at a convention, like my last convention, I believe, I met a girl that went to my booth. I was selling some stuff from my artist booth, and she just started talking to me, and we spoke. I'm not going to say for an hour because I don't think it was that much, but we talked for a long while, and I didn't know her. We just started chatting, and I was feeling very happy to have met her. Like, have I talked to her after the convention? Maybe we exchanged a couple of messages, but if I actually happen to see her at a convention again, I will probably go to meet her and I will talk to her because I really enjoyed meeting her a little bit because I really enjoyed talking to her.
And we met at a convention and we got along, and that's how things should be. They should be normal, natural, and you should not idolize cosplayers to the point where you have to be their friends. Please don't do that. It's not going to be good for you or for the cosplayers. It's going to be very uncomfortable and they will probably start avoiding you. I gave you a good example and now I'm going to give you two bad examples because these are really fresh on my mind and I feel like I just need to tell them. We cosplayers, we have boundaries, but sometimes we cannot keep them. We cannot enforce them into other people, and we just don't want to hurt other people's feelings, and sometimes we're not okay with the situation. So please, if you feel like the other person is not okay, if they are looking everywhere, just let them go. Or if you are actually seeing someone which is in this situation, maybe try and go help them, because as I couldn't say no to that situation, maybe the other person cannot say no also. Now, going to the last group of these no's to cosplay. It is the off-limit comments. I said previously on this video, but this community is built mostly out of minors, and if not, they are a big part. Like, I would say that maybe 50% at least, it's minors. With this being said, we need to have respect with everyone, but especially with minors. Be extra careful with what you say to them because they are way more susceptible to bad comments and to more grown-up comments. Do not go and say stupid stuff to people. That's just where I want to go. And the last tip on what not to do with cosplayers at a convention and with cosplayers in general, it is do not make sexual comments. Do not! Even if the cosplay is a sexy version of X or Y, even if the cosplay is a lewd cosplay, even if it is a bunny cosplay, keep yourself from saying that type of comments. Yes, people may be doing that to look sexy, but people also might be doing that because they just love the character and they just love the clothes. It is often that also minors use, for example, bunny suits to conventions, and these ones obviously show a little bit more of skin. This doesn't mean that they are trying to be more sexy or not. They just enjoy the cosplay, they just enjoy the look, and so they did it. Please do not make any sexual comments on cosplayers because 90% of us won't enjoy it, I guarantee. Now, if you do actually want to compliment the cosplayer, just compliment the cosplay, not the cosplayer. Compliment the cosplay, like just tell them, yo, your cosplay looks great, that version looks super cool, something like this. Just don't comment on their bodies, it is just rude. Now, I think that it is enough for this video. This was a helpful guide on what not to do with cosplayers at conventions and in conventions in general. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you have any more tips that I missed, please tell them down on the comment section down below, and maybe I can make a second video with your help. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!